Hi guys, Irish Sofa Kelly here, all the way from the UK. Good health and peace of mind your way. Big shout out to the subs, up the dubs. Those who newly subscribed to the channel, unsubscribe to the channel, you're very welcome. Good health and peace of mind your way. Everybody who left comments under a video, recovery and healing, I do appreciate it. I took it all on board. I try not to exclude anyone, unless, they're not very nice comments, naturally. You're not going to get recognised for that, so to speak. So, you know what I mean? Thanks a million. It's all for Robert Sylvester Kelly, not for Irish Sofa Kelly. With respect, she doesn't need, I don't need it. I can, get on with my life. I have I'm free. For today, I'm free. I've got a bed to sleep in. It's warm. I've got food in the fridge. It's warm. I don't come from, mega books or anything like that. I come out with a voice. I'm very passionate about miscarriages of justice and fairness across the board. No surprise, I'm Irish. So I'm here, and I'm here for the miscarriage of justice for Robert Sylvester Kelly, when the weighing scales leans more to one side in this situation, tipped over to one side, over the edge, and, no fairness, no proper due process, no fair trial. Regardless, no fair trial. The preparation before the trial, given someone's got dyslexia and a disability, anybody really understands a disability, because I have one. I too am dyslexic, complexed. It can go into all sorts: memory, information processing, reading, writing. Just so much complexity. And then especially if there's mental health involved in that as well, and stress. Just saying, you can be all over the show. So, so I'm here very quickly, right? I just wanted to say a big thank you to those people. And first of all, I want to give a shout out to a friend, right? And her name is Kandykane. She's from Kandykane. She's from London. And she's been here since day one. Yeah? Supporting this man behind the scenes, as there is many, but just don't come out for one reason or another, which is okay. You know what I mean? I choose to come out, stick me face out here, because I got fed up. I am fed up, but I just, you know what I mean? Yeah, just let's get things right here. Let's call it what it is. Yeah, let's call it what it is. And there's no excuse for somebody over here, the other side of the world, that couldn't even call themselves a fan per se, but loved Robert Sylvester Kelly's music. Yeah, knew nothing about his life, and just decided to come out and have a voice to speak up for a miscarriage of justice. And that's exactly what it is, a miscarriage of justice. Yeah? When all the blame and the fault leans to only one person, nobody else, when there's been so many fingers in the pie here. So, and people trying to manage his life as well. Yeah? Thinking they know what's best for him, when really, you know what I mean? You can't mix cordial with a bottle of champagne. It's just, you know what I mean? It's not possible. So, Kandykane, I appreciate you. Delighted you passed through me life, under diabolical situations. Thanks for all your input. Hopefully we can get to meet in London in the new year. It'd be great to see you. Bring down some flyers, some cards and things to give out, in raising awareness. I'd like to do that. You're very welcome to mine for a weekend. I don't offer that to just anybody. And you know, like, for all the support you've given to other channels, even, you know, reading out transcripts and stuff like that, you know. So I just feel like I owe that to you. And you know, keep doing what you're doing. I want to give a shout out to infamous Syliva as well, and her team over there. Now, you know, I haven't checked in a long time. It's nothing personal. It's not nothing personal. But however, I did listen yesterday, guys. I tuned in. I turned on me video and in YouTube, and I listened to her content. Something about a new charges coming forward from these, I would say, alleged accusers. Yeah, because our media got it right first time. I'm not bragging, but, you know, alleged accusers, not the disgraced R.Kelly, for example. But anyway, and so I thought I'd listen. I listened in, and firstly, the effort that this lady is going to and contributing funds, not just once, a good few times, monetary, you know, to Mr. Kelly's Western Union account, you know, on his books. So to help him, you know what I mean, as well, from a spiritual point of view, physical point of view, emotional point of view, and that's being regular. I'm going to only go by what I see, but I was really touched by that, and I thought I needed a shout out, you know. So she's not just coming out, throwing out material on R.Kelly without thinking of him, and in a mark of respect. Is what spiritual people do. That's what they do, you know. So yeah, shout out to infamous Syliva, and for doing that. You know, that's the type of stuff that I want to give a shout out on my channel to, you know what I mean? People that, you know, are coming from the heart, yeah? And until I know different, but I don't know different, you know what I mean? Consistency is very important in this type of cause, you know? And that's all I've ever seen. And people, do you know what it is, guys? People, a lot of people like to do things quietly. The most charitable act is done in silence. Well, I'm one of them, right? And it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a situation where sometimes you're either forced to or pushed to go against your own beliefs and values, to start pulling out things to prove yourself in some way. Now, I'm not talking about anybody in particular here. I'm just saying what I've seen for the last almost 3 years unfold. Yeah, people put in positions to have to defend themselves in ways. But you know what, guys? Easier said than done. I'm living in the UK, right? The only way to diffuse anything is to not give it the power in the first place. Now, that's easier said than done, but that's what's called turning, literally turning the other cheek. Yeah. So I'm not an established blogger. I don't have loads of subscriptions, and, you know, feel like that I have, you know, a very large kind of audience to take into consideration, is what I'm saying to you, in the way some bloggers have. But even if I had that, I would not be coming out with bullshit. You see what I mean? Because I'm given the choice today. And when I wake up in the morning, I choose how I want to behave and live. I don't always get it right, you must be joking. But given that I'm very aware of media, yeah, in the first place, I'm just, just the energy, the triggers it sends off, intentionally or unintentionally, we have to try and stay in control of our emotions. And Irish Soap R.Kelly is coming from a place of expert by her own experience. Most of what I've seen on YouTube, I've probably, and not at all, but probably have done the majority. Do you get what I mean? In one way or another. Yeah? Whether that's feeling angry, which makes me then feel powerful, which then allows me to stand on my righteousness, to think that I know best. Yeah? That I run. I can run with that. Yeah? Because it makes me feel powerful in some way. Yeah? And what it really is an overload of resentment. Resentment is to refeel. That's what it is. And if I have the inability to let go of that, then each and every time I'm triggered by something, or I want to stand up to be heard, if it's to be right, yeah, and so then I have to say to myself as a human being, where does spirituality lie in that? As I understand spirituality, the God of my understanding, whether you're a born again Christian, Jesus Christ. Well, I was brought up a Catholic, but today, through my recovery program, I'm a spiritual person, which means that it takes all faiths and beliefs into consideration, even those that don't have one. Yeah? And so for me, just for me, my recovery, my spiritual progress, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter how much I can justify my position, yeah, I have to step out of the way and allow God in. And so I have to sit back and reevaluate, yeah, where I'm coming from, and if there's an amends owed, yeah, I have to promptly admit it, regardless. It's not about the other person. It's about my spiritual progress. Yeah, and it's very easy, to come out on YouTube and put that down. And why? Because everybody's emotions become involved. And I'm guilty of that as well, of course. This is what I'm saying. An expert by my own experience. It's not a dictation. It's not a criticism. It's constructive feedback. But I'm sharing this on my channel. But I'm sharing it just in general. I don't expect anybody to be listening or to change the way they behave, for example, or think. Yeah? Because they're not going to be listening to me or you or anybody else. This has gone on for a very long time. Do you see what I mean? And everybody feeling, well, when I say everybody, those who I listen to, yeah, feel justified. They feel justified in some way, shape or form. But I know how I felt coming out on my channel. I felt a sense of powerlessness in this particular situation. Compelled to do something, say something. Yeah? So Robert Sylvester Kelly is the man involved in this situation. And he's the subject. But he's also a human being. So although I can see this artist in front of my eyes, do you get what I mean? And what you see on the telly, and well, I don't watch the telly, but you know what I mean, videos and interviews and songs. Most importantly, his music, vocally, spiritually, coming from that level with honesty and truth. So anybody that can't hear that, fair enough. You know, you must be Mutt and Jeff. That's all I can say. Yeah, tone deaf. And that's fair enough. That's fair enough. We all relate to and connect to people's music, other people's and artists' music in different ways. But Robert Sylvester Kelly left us one very powerful song before he was arrested, and that is the I Admit song. That caught Irish Soul for Kelly's attention. Yeah, out of every song that I'd probably listen to pass on the radio, yeah, or if I'm in a shop and I'd hear it, or whatever it is, that was the song that made me sit up and pay attention. I can't give a reason for that, really. I can say that's probably where I was, more than likely, at my time in my recovery. And I was probably going through a change. I think I was. And feeling a little bit lost, you could say. And that song came on. Yeah, so you're going to deliver a 19-minute song. I think it's fair to say you've got a lot to say. Yeah? And it's how you interpret it and how it's perceived, how it's understood, and at what angle you can hear that. You can hear that, and where you probably are in your life at the time, if you really love music from a soul level, is what I'm saying to you. So that was that. Now guys, there's been, as I've listened in the background, some of the channels, I've noticed for one reason or another addiction being mentioned, whether that's in Robert Sylvester Kelly's family, attached to Robert Sylvester Kelly personally, whether it's the alleged accusers. Yeah, because even though Robert Sylvester Kelly is being found guilty, a miscarriage of justice, and what it means to me and my experience is this. Yeah, when an abuse of the law is so excessive, yeah, and when somebody's being denied their constitutional rights, human rights, well then, even though the delivery is guilty from the court of law, yeah, to me, and I'm just saying, being Irish, right, and my history and what we've gone through, when there's a miscarriage of justice, what it really means to me is that they're not guilty. So that's why I come out and I still use the words alleged accusers. So, not the disgraced singer R.Kelly, yeah, the alleged accusers. You see what I mean? That's for me. That's for me. And I only have my experience to go by. I have other people's experiences to go by in these types of situations, yeah? But when honesty is not applied, and you've got a jury there that's blindsided with so much information, whether Mr. Kelly was given the opportunity to speak or not, would you speak? He may have really wanted to speak up and share his story on the witness stand, but given that the opening of the trial and the foundation was set as, sexual conduct, yeah, sexual conduct in the body of that, and so many people came forward. Now, I'll be honest, that's iffy to me. One person can say, well, 50 witnesses, are they all wrong? Well, I'd say, is that not suspicious to you? Do you know what I mean? It's fucking suspicious to me. Excuse the French, it's suspicious to me. When you've got a drop-dead gorgeous handsome man, now I know looks doesn't cover everything when it comes to, I guess, alleged behaviours. Yeah? But this man is not only drop-dead gorgeous, right? He can sing like no other. Sorry all you artists out there and R&B artists and stuff, and this is just Irish Soul R.Kelly's opinion. You know what I mean? You've a long way to go in matching your vocal like that. I'm just being honest. No hard feelings. Yeah? And so he'd never ever wanted, and neither would he have ever having to lock people in cellars or anything other. So you see what I mean? So you hear BS or the truth being so exaggerated to the point that it compels people like myself, who also walk in the background, yeah, with all types of issues and range of issues right across the board for 20 years. Do you know what I mean? And you're just going to say, oh yeah. So what is it? You know, let's be fair. Does America not have good therapists? Right? So I'm sure they do have. Let's be honest. So when you're putting into a latest charge or motion of that I've listened to on a famous Syliva's channel very recently, hot off the press, right, yesterday. Oh guys, God, I don't know how you feel when you listen to all of that writing. Oh my God, I couldn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, no disrespect to my subscribers or in famous Syliva's channel, but it's absolutely boring. It is. I'll be honest with you. It is. Sorry, but it's boring. Now, it comes to the point, I'm listening, I'm in my bedroom, right? And I have all these boxes, cardboard boxes, and I'm packing vintage items, vintage clothes, vintage everything. And it's like, oh Jesus, how am I ever going to get through this? And just wait to near the end, because I will be giving away some freebies, not vintage, but, you know, to my subs. Just to say, I will be, right? Now, if it weighs light, fine. I'll pay for the postage if it's across America or anywhere. But if it's a big item, then you'll have to donate to pay for the postage, okay? Which is fair enough, because I don't do cash apps or anything like that. I wouldn't get myself involved in anything like that. So, you know, just to say that. But when it came to the part of these people will be affected for the rest of their lives, counselling and all, come on, please. I'm just saying, now you know why I'm here. Now you know why I'm here. Yeah? So yous haven't heard of EMDR therapy, a specialised therapy that actually removes you from trauma. Now, by the way, guys, I'm not attaching this to R.Kelly. Remember that. I came out without an opinion. Loss of liberty only, if anything, in these types of situations. So I'm not attaching that to R.Kelly. I'm just listening to when it comes to this part. You know? Where's your duty? Where's your duty and responsibility of being honest when you're sitting there typing that up? Or does it just go over your head? Because they're the type of things now, if I was sitting in that position, typing it up, I'd be like, huh? You see? So, I'm here to challenge bullshit. Yeah? Would it not answer the United States of America is better, the government over there and in their positions and offices, to put their money and their funding where it really needs, i.e. communities, i.e. black communities, yeah, where recovery orientated integrated systems so your prisons aren't overloaded on top of each other, prisoners breeding on top of each other. No, because I'll tell you why, i.e. as stated by Irish EU Parliament for Change states, yeah, that there's money, there's a profit to be made in sending every prisoner to prison. Yeah? It's a money-making industry. And even Robert Sylvester Kelly going to prison, there's a profit to be made off him. Despite his masters, despite anything else. So I'm at a loss here. I'm at a loss because over here, it's breeding and booming on every corner. But America is a big country, so somebody like myself asks these type of questions. Why would a prison... Now, I know it's more extreme over there. I know there's very high violence over there. I know that there's gun laws over there. I understand all of that. But if one country can do it, another country can do it. So what's happening? You see? Now, if you had all of that, then you could have some kind of an analyst or specialists come in to challenge the thinking of these alleged accusers to get it right. See? What their issues are. What led them up to become attached in some way, shape or form. See, it's not rocket science. I know yous people know this. I know yous do. So yeah, guys. When I heard that, I said, oh God, Jesus Christ. And I already know. I know about victims of sexual assault and all. Do you understand? I know all of this. I do. I know what's in place over here in the United Kingdom or Ireland. Yeah? It's just, come on. No, it's not Irish Sofa Kelly that's got it wrong. I'm sorry, but it's not. Yeah? I've been here for 3 years listening. You know what I mean? I could have drawn fucking pictures. I could have done a lot of stuff when I first came out and highlighted all the dynamics. But why should I give yous people it for free? It would have went over the head of Sanchi McGee. I'm just saying. Yeah. I've always said it, guys. I think I'd love a documentary to be made to turn it right around. Yeah, just from the allegations point of view. Now, if I knew how to run a documentary... Anyway, we don't draw around out in the sand, It's about honesty. It's about fairness. It's for other people that have experienced this type of stuff. Yeah, under horrific circumstances, and they're walking around in recovery and walking around with trauma removed from them. But yous are exceptions to the rule, aren't yous? Yous are, though. Just saying. You know, someone's got to call this out. Somebody has got to call this out for what it is. And you've got to, I'm just saying, you've got a paddy here on top of everything else. A good practitioner, an honest practitioner, and, you know, you can't get it past me. Not this one. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I was saying about addiction, right? It may be in my interest just to come out and do videos and maybe try and speak on this type of stuff. Because if I remember correctly, Robert Sylvester Kelly, when I was first doing my research, I remember coming across this news article. He may have given an interview somewhere. I'll pull her up again. I'll find it and I'll pull her up again. And he spoke in the interview about the struggle. The struggle of how much he loved God. Yeah? How much he loved God. But the temptation. The temptation, if I've got this right, to walk in a straight line just with God. Yeah? And he's an artist now at the top of his game. And that's not excusing people, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, you have to walk and you have to know, you have to walk in someone else's shoes. Do you see what I mean? You can't, we can all make judgments and assumptions. But how is anybody ever going to know? Yeah? So he was saying, if I remember correctly, the temptation, yeah? Turn right to go to heaven and turn left to go to hell is what came to my mind. Yeah? The struggle of that. Everybody wants to know you. Personally, I'm going to take a risk in saying this. If you think, doesn't matter if it's an artist, doesn't matter. If you're separated from family and you've had family struggles, and that's not seen or shown, yeah, when you've got someone with class coming out and delivering interviews on music or whatever, you know, you really never know what a person's going through. And being separated from family members and family unity breaking down like that, there is a loss. You know, there's a loss. And no matter how much you try to create this life around you and people around you, you know, it's sometimes it can end up eventually being or feeling like a false sense of security. Yeah? That's what happens. And you can make a decision and say, well, you know what? If you see the glass always half full from where you've come from, because you can measure that to success. But then we get a bit older, you know. And so we try to make the best of it, because not every family is perfect. Lots of people have to stay away from families for one reason or another. Yeah? But it depended on the person you are. This is it. Having a Christmas tree, I believe, allegedly, Gail King, you know, to remind him of his mother and stuff like that. So why should he's not being exempt, only by other people, but you know, not from this Paddy. He's not. You know what I mean? So these are the type of things I think of. Yeah. You know, I say good health and peace of mind to his family. You know, his loved ones especially. All of them. All of them. Even those that went against him. I mean that. I do mean that, because I'm not in that position. Yeah? But recovery and healing is about... It's about forgiveness, but it's also about loving people from a distance. Not placing yourself in a position to be hurt again. You see? Loving people from a distance. Acceptance is the key. Yeah? But if we continue to do what we've always done, we'll always get what we've always got. You see? You see, media, guys. Well, can you not tell Irish soap R.Kelly has no time for it? Because I can guarantee you, the story, the real story, was the cuttings on the floor with that Lifetime documentary. Yeah. I knew that one. For the bit I know. You know what I mean? I don't claim to know everything, but I said, oh yeah, here we go. Just saying. Protect yourselves, people. You know, admit your wrongs if you can. Hold your hands up. Be humble. There's nothing more beautiful. There really isn't. Nobody can judge you. Nobody can judge you. That's the thing. Yeah. To die no self be true. That's what it is. Now I'm going to say this, and I'm a lady. And that's right, I am a lady. If I was in Robert Sylvester Kelly's shoes, right? I'm not for today. I can identify with the infliction, some of it. If I was not given the opportunity to be open and honest about my struggles, yeah, neither by a system or anywhere. Just saying now. And I seen, personally, the move, the psychological twist to terrorise my mind in that way. Well, I think personally a decision would have been made somewhere deep inside of me. Yeah, crack on. Yeah, and I'm a lady, and I would have done that and would do that. Because whatever struggles I have in my recovery, what you're saying is, and I'm just saying, if it was me in any position over there, now you would have no problem dragging me through a hedge backwards. And I've done my best in life, in the last 20 years at least. But now you would have no problem judging someone like me, for example. That's how I think. Yeah? You see, really everybody else had nothing to lose as much as this man. And just maybe, guys, his door became open for everybody else to come in eat him out of house and home. Yeah, open his cupboards up. Yeah. Maybe because, he may have missed his own sense of belonging, or I'm just speculating here, and things I think of privately to myself, and I listen to what maybe could have contributed to that vulnerability in some way. But from what I can see, I'm just saying, he hasn't been given, don't know about now, but he hasn't been given that opportunity to trust and to be open, honest to himself, of his struggles and where he's been coming from in his life. Yeah? Now I'm just saying. It's totally off the mark. I don't know, but I'm just still saying it. Yeah? And so, I'm not attaching R.Kelly to addiction by no means, guys. This is what I'm saying. It's like you have to keep making yourself clear on these video channels. I'm not. But here's what I am saying. Just imagine if there had been. Just saying. Yeah? That's how you people treat people with an affliction of the soul. Now, I'm not saying nothing, because what might seem a bit familiar to me doesn't mean I'm right. So that's why when I come out, I think, because I know and I've seen and I've witnessed everything getting attached to this man. So sometimes we can wear the spots of other people's addiction and dysfunction and toxic behaviour. Yeah, so guys, free R.Kelly. Oh yeah, free R.Kelly. Yeah. Free R.Kelly. And guys, and I'm just saying, anybody that has struggles inside of a prisoner, high profile or not, and when it's about recovery and healing, you're either on the same journey or you're not, is what I'm saying to you. And there's one thing that I do know. In my correspondence with, what's his name? Douglas Anton. Yeah. What appeared to me is that Mr. Kelly likes to be consulted first of any decision making regarding his life or personnel. Yeah, now I guess he would leave to the supporters or fans to think for themselves and, as he says, use common sense. But when a person has gone through something like this, well, I would say trauma. I'd say there's trauma there. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely. It's very important that you allow them to be free in themselves. Yeah. Like, regardless. Regardless of who knew him, who didn't know him. I don't know, guys. I'm just here sharing with you as people. Take what you want and leave the rest. Yeah. Take what you want and leave the rest, as I say. But just, as well, sit back, do the inquiry is what I say. No, perfect Irish stuff for Kelly by no means. But sit back and do the inquiry, you know what I mean? And ask yourself whether, it's a good intention or not so good intention. Or just, let's say, take good intentions for a minute. Just good intentions. Was it right? Based on my own experience is all I have to do what was best and is best for this man. Yeah? You know what I mean? Is it right? Is it right? Not for me, but is it right? For his recovery and healing, is what I'm saying. Because, we've got to take God into this situation. We really, really have. And if in doubt, check it out with him upstairs. Or better still, check it out with Robert Sylvester Kelly. Now if you don't get a reply, no hard feelings, like, you can understand why. Yeah. Why you wouldn't be getting a reply. Yeah. Because his life is on the line and his name is dragged all over the place in every conversation. So imagine, just imagine this, that even if he did want to, he's left really very little choice but to sit in there and have to think before he puts a pen to a paper that he can't. Do you get what I mean? He can, but he can't really, because he doesn't know where it's going, what's going to be said about it. So, ineffectively, it's creating more isolation to a man's mind and his position. Yeah. That is why Irish Sofa Kelly tried to reach out, just saying, with the right people at the time. Yeah, and that didn't go. It didn't happen. But, for one reason or another. You see? Strictly confidential. So anyway, guys, a bit cold here. So I mentioned the freebies, didn't I? Mentioned a bit about addiction. Mentioned a bit about this, that and the other. Yeah? I'm going to love yous and leave yous, right? A couple of things I have to do. And continue getting the message out for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Don't give up. Don't give up. Especially if it's change and it's long lasting and man's freedom, recovery and healing. So, recovery and healing to all yous people, family members, yeah, children, loved ones, lost loved ones. Yeah, let's hold a candle up for all those people, and to come to pass as well, to carry a powerful message. Yeah, that's, that's all, what I mean, I'm about, really. Yeah, get the word out there. Keep getting the word out there, I mean. Because Irish self R.Kelly, should keep turning up like a bad penny, as they say. On our channel, speaking and doing what she needs to do. Free R.Kelly. Another Christmas inside. May very well be our last. Hopefully. Yeah. But either way, we're on the one road, singing a long road. We're on the road to God knows where. I didn't plan to sing that. We're on the one road, da, 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 da. But we're together now, who cares? Dark men, South men, comrades all. Dublin, Belfast, Cork and Donegal. We're on the one road, singing along, singing a soldier's song, something. Anyway, I haven't, I'm not on. Sorry, but anyway, shut up. I just started singing that. Yeah, that's for all yous people out there, right? Whether it's in tune or not, you know what I mean? Up the dubs, and loving the cause, guys, and I'm with you soon. All the best. Bye bye.